Hello, everyone. My name is Myda from The Shared Edge, and my partner in crime is Suncear from Suncear Wellness. We need to do like a thing, like a hey. um, and together we are the Edge of the Sun. We get together monthly, sometimes weekly, sometimes yearly, in the form of different classes, workshops, retreats, online, in person, to essentially get us in touch with what we are here for, what our purpose is, and to get rid of anything that is preventing us from actually really living the lives that we're meant to live. So we do that through energy work, astrology, sound healing, discussion, all kinds of ways, meditation, to just really get in touch with what our purpose is, the sort of deeper lying desires, sorry, and how to get rid of those. So today we're going to talk about getting in touch with our basic essence of joy in all its forms, but through the lens of Sagittarius season. So Suncear will tell us about that. And then we'll do a little bit of a sound meditation and Reiki, and then we'll talk about what came up, and then we'll be out. So take it away, Suncear.
I thank you, Myda. And it's the most wonderful time of the year. Sad season.
Classic Sagittarius, by the way.
It's like with the sad. Anyway, it is sad season, and clearly I'm a Sag, and it is the festive time of year, and it makes sense that Sag is in this time of year because Sagittarians are known for being optimistic. Sagittarians are known for some carelessness at times, which can be a shadow aspect of Sag. And this is a time of year where people are winding down with work. They seem to be a little bit more relaxed. They're actually focusing more on fun, joyful things. And that totally makes sense. Again, with the Sagittarius aspect of it. And this year might be a little bit different because there's a lot of stuff happening in our world right now that may put a damper on, the celebratory aspects of this time of year. And not only from the bigger picture of things, but also the smaller picture in our lives was just how do we find that joy and how do we celebrate things when there's strife going on, and not just in the world, but also in our personal lives. So what do we do and looking at the axis of Sag Gemini, by the way, today, as of this recording, we are in a full moon in Gemini. Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius. The differences between the two is that Sag tends to look at the bigger picture of things, whereas Gemini tends to be more focused on the details and what's around them. So it also makes sense that we're just coming off of the Thanksgiving holiday, because this is a really great time to think about what we're grateful for and the little things that we're grateful for. Because a lot of times we tend to get caught up in the bigger picture not being what we want it to be. But how do we celebrate the smaller things in our lives? And maybe that's the key to, getting through this strife. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I think that was all I was going to say. I kind of feel like I'm missing something, but I'm sure it'll come up at some other point. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great starting point. I think it's always a challenge, regardless of, even if the world is perfect, right? If it ever is, or even our own daily lives of just really connecting to those little moments of joy. Because it can feel like a fight sometimes, like a real, when all else is in despair and in calamity, and just to hold on to that one little light of joy is it's challenging. So
definitely. Yeah.
So we're just sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. I was going to say what you were going to say, so it's totally fine. You were just going to go into what you were going to do, so I was just going to say it, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to try and do, right? We're going to try and connect to our own little lights of joy, our own little sort of tiny little flames, wherever they are, that we can just kind of hold tight, and then hopefully in time they can burn brighter. So we're actually going to start this meditation with our eyes open. This is actually a practice from one of my friends, Tiffany Chandler, who does somatic practices. And it's just to just sort of look around the space that you're in And just let your eyes land on something that just kind of gives you a little bit of joy. You know, if you're in your office, maybe, hopefully if it's a home office, you have more opportunities to find that object, or maybe it's just the way the light is coming in through the window, or, you know, maybe it's, oh yeah, this pen, I really love to use this pen when I write down a quick note. Like just literally letting yourself land on that object or moment that just gives you that little quick light bite of joy. I'll just do that myself too. And really just let yourself receive the feeling of that, just being in the presence of that little object or moment that does kind of create that sense of an inner smile. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. You can gently let your eyes close. And still feeling the sort of repercussions of this tiny little moment of joy. Settle down a little bit deeper into your heart. In a world that really capitalizes on our abilities to feel pain and be as far away from joy as possible, it can feel like an effort to connect more deeply to those moments. Sure, we might have started with the external world, but the joy actually happens within. So as you start to draw your attention inwards, find again another deep breath. Letting that deeper breath be a symbol of gratitude. For having a body, for getting to experience the world through it, even if at times it is painful. The moments when you could hug someone or be hugged, feel yourself held, or when you were the one holding another. Maybe you connect to a favorite meal, or smell. The simple joy of being a body and experiencing all that it can give you. Maybe you brought in that feeling of your body into your community. Where you feel held and supported. yourself to feel the joy in those moments, even just the remembrance. Maybe you extend that to other parts of your life that give you joy. It could be the smallest moment that to anyone else would seem insignificant. Time making coffee or tea in the morning, it's just yours if you have it. And you have those little moments that you can connect to. When we thread together all those little moments of joy, we have a full almost necklace of moments of joy, right? Shiny and bright jewels. Feel yourself almost weighty with all of the ways you can feel and express joy, however small. Know that this is your life raft for getting through those difficult moments in time. Finding those little moments to keep your head above water. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale a big sigh out through the mouth. Maybe even before you open your eyes once again, just bring your head in the direction of where that object was that you sort of located at the beginning. Just feeling its presence even before you open your eyes. And then when you do, it's just like, oh yeah, there it is. And then when you're ready, you can come back.
I love that exercise, Myda, like starting the meditation with your eyes open. I love it.
Nice. What did you find? What were you looking at?
I was looking at a picture of my nephew when he
Oh,
was more innocent, when he was like, I don't know, like 2, 3, something like that, Um, he's 9 now and he's still innocent, but when they're that young, it's like they're just so full of like loving, joyful energy. Yeah, what was yours?
I was just looking at the horizon with the sky and the sun. I mean, it wasn't technically there were some nice objects in front of it too, but I was just like, that's one of the nice things too, when you actually do start to look, like start to open, you're like, oh my God, and that, and that, and that, and that, and you just feel like it just really does build upon itself. So then you just like, everything is sort of lit by joy. So I was just going to bring up, or I was talking about it with Suncear earlier, about this great book by this poet Ross Gay, who has he called it the Book of Delights, and he was basically like an assignment for a year that he gave to himself, that every day he was going to engage with something that gave him delight, or even if, or just that he would notice it, maybe it wasn't even conscious, but, and he would write a little essay about it. So I always think about that, of just like how there is really delight and joy in so many places. We're just always so kind of caught up in our lives and in our worries that we don't even get to see or experience those moments. Just like, oh yeah, that's right, there's really beautiful sunshine and whatever, like oh, here's a photo of my nephew, and it's just like we can so easily move past those things. And I think now it's really important to connect to those things more.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it reminds me of writing a gratitude journal every day. Just like writing 3 things or something that you're grateful for, and
Mm-hmm.
it forces you to really think about what the things that are around you, the minute things that don't seem like they matter, but they really matter.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So what I saw today, it was very much, I kept seeing Christmassy stuff. The first thing I saw was Santa Claus, and who was black, by the way. Interesting. Maybe because I saw a black Santa Claus in CVS earlier today. I don't know if that's why it influenced me, but nonetheless.
Nice.
And then at one point, Santa Claus was kind of floating down this stream. And I think I mentioned this before in one of the scrubs, but there's this whole thing supposedly around Santa Claus where it's about like something about Cristo something. And it's basically like has something to do with the medulla oblongata of your brain. And it's something about, it has something to do with like higher consciousness moving downwards or something to that effect. I'll put it in the comment section so it's not so nebulous what I'm talking about. But um, it made me think about us getting more connected to our divinity also, or just spirituality in general is what came up more so than divinity. It was, we have to look at the simpler things, and I guess when you break things down to a more spiritual way of being, um, you tend to be able to see those things more clearly, the small things, the minutia, or whatever you want to call it, a little bit more easily, because you're just not focused on so much material stuff, or you kind of drill down to what's really important is basically what I'm saying. And what was interesting was I also saw a scene from Little House on the Prairie, and I was like, okay, I don't want to go back to the 1800s or whatever that was, but whatever time frame. But I thought that it was about being simpler. Like there was a simpler time in terms of there wasn't like all this technology. There wasn't probably so much, competition. Granted, they had so many other problems at that time. I'm not trying to say that we should go back there. I'm just saying that it seemed like we were supposed to just simplify things. I saw a little bunny rabbit, a white bunny rabbit, which was the only animal I saw besides a reindeer. Again, it evokes a sense of innocence. The whole Christmas thing, it felt like it was about us going back to that time when we were kids and loved Christmas, and how excited that we used to get from it. So, in the little things, like a gingerbread man came up, it was like all these like little things about Christmas that was exciting to us. And just when you said snow, right before you said it, it was like I saw snow and I saw kids playing in the, sledding around and stuff. So it just felt like connecting with the joyful part of this year, regardless of all the stuff that's going on. Um, and glitter. And you said it was funny because I saw the glitter before you said necklace. And so I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, you know how like glitter, I don't know about you, but I tend to get excited whenever I see something glitter like. It's just immediately my eye goes to it like an article of clothing or something. And it just makes me think, oh, someone's going somewhere exciting or whatever. It's just a festive thing. So that's what made me think about the glitter. It was just exciting. So yeah, that's what came up for me on my end. I think it's just about finding the joy again in the little things and going back to childhood when things just weren't so complicated, and
Yeah,
just
I think need space for that, right? Because I think as adults, we can fill it up with all the things that we have to do. And part of my practice too is like actually make space for joy, make space to just like draw some crayons or, whatever, like just kind of get your connection to it open again, because we can just so quickly close it off.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that's our assignment for this month.
So yeah, so to wrap up here, we're gonna do our usual biz pitch that we do. Myda and I are hosting another one of our retreats in Costa Rica, February. Be there, be square. We're going to be focused on elements every single day. There's going to be of course, sound healing, energy work. There's going to be vegetarian meals, which are all of this is included. There's all these activities around each of the days. So, for example, on Friday, there will be a sweat lodge. On the air day, there will be zip lining and so forth and so on. And so, we had a lot of fun last time doing it. It was very transformational for our attendees, and we just wanted to do it again. So we are offering a discount to Minka folks. So we will put that in the comment section as far as what the discount code is. And we also have an early bird special that is ending this week. So I believe the 30th is Thursday. So yeah,
Uh, November 30th, Thursday, yeah.
yeah. So, it's ending the day we post this. So, um, yeah, so make sure that, if you're interested, let us know, theedgeofthesun.com. You can reach out to Myda and me, DM each other. We also are either one of us is what I meant to say. And we also are hosting a class called Manifestation Within and Beyond the Chakras, which goes through the chakra system and manifestation. It's a monthly class. And we are now on the throat chakra, which is happening the third Thursday of each month. So I don't I never know the date for.
I don't know either. I think it's the weekend. It's like the Thursday before Christmas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
18th or
So,
something like that.
if you have any questions or if you have any things that you want to share with us, by all means, share them in the comments. We'd love to hear what you all think. And I think that's about it there, Myda. You have
That's
anything?
it.
Oh,
Thanks, everyone.
okay. Bye, everyone.